Welcome back to the channel Rare Coins Collections, where we explore the world of rare coins and uncover some of the most valuable treasures hiding in plain sight. Today, we're going to talk about a coin that might be sitting in your collection, or perhaps even in your change jar right now, the 1964 Jefferson nickel. This seemingly simple coin has a hidden value that could make any collector's heart skip a beat. If you're new to coin collecting or you've been on the hunt for rare finds, this video is for you. Stick with us, and by the end, you'll know just how much this classic 5-cent coin could be worth today. Let's take a step back in time to 1964. This was an exciting year in American history. The nation was in the midst of a dynamic period, with cultural shifts, political change, and incredible progress happening all around. The U.S. Mint was busy producing coins, and the Jefferson nickel was one of the most commonly circulated. The 5-cent Jefferson nickel has been part of America's currency for decades, with the first design featuring Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, being introduced in 1938. But what makes the 1964 version of this coin special? On the obverse of the 1964 Jefferson nickel, you'll find a classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, which has graced the coin since its debut. This image of Jefferson is a timeless representation of American history and the values that the nation was built upon. The design, by Felix Schlag, shows Jefferson facing left with the inscription "Liberty" above his head and the year 1964 beneath his chin. This portrait is a key part of what makes the coin recognizable and historically significant. On the reverse side of the coin, we see Monticello, Jefferson's iconic Virginia plantation home, which is also featured on the nickel as a symbol of Jefferson's legacy. The Monticello design was retained for many years, symbolizing the heritage and achievements of one of the founding fathers. The reverse also features the words "E pluribus unum" and, of course, the denomination, which is 5 cents. The design is simple but rich with meaning and history, making it a cherished piece of U.S. currency. Now, let's get to the important part: the value of the 1964 Jefferson nickel. Although the coin was minted in large quantities, it's still important to remember that not all 1964 nickels are created equal. In fact, the value of these coins can vary significantly depending on their condition, mint mark, and other factors. The 1964 Jefferson nickel was minted in two primary locations, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. The mint mark on the coin tells you where it was produced, with coins minted in Philadelphia typically having no mint mark, and those minted in Denver marked with a D. However, what really increases the value of these coins isn't just the mint mark, but the condition of the coin itself. Coins that have been circulated extensively, showing signs of wear and tear, are worth far less than those that are in mint condition. Coins that have been carefully preserved, especially those that are uncirculated or in near-perfect condition, can fetch significantly higher prices. As with most collectible coins, the better the condition, the more valuable the coin becomes. So, if you come across a 1964 Jefferson nickel that's in near mint or uncirculated condition, you're looking at something special. But there's one more factor that can push the value of this coin into the stratosphere: minting errors. These errors are the holy grail for collectors because they make a coin unique and even more rare. Minting errors can happen in many forms: misaligned strikes, double strikes, die cracks, or even incorrect planchets. When a coin has an error, it stands out from the others, making it highly desirable to collectors who are always on the lookout for rare, one-of-a-kind pieces. So, how much could a 1964 Jefferson nickel be worth? Well, it depends on the factors we've discussed: condition, mint mark, and any potential minting errors. But here's where it gets exciting. If you have an uncirculated 1964 Jefferson nickel in excellent condition or one with a rare minting error, you could be holding onto a coin worth a staggering $36,000. Yes, that's right, $36,000 for a single 5-cent coin. It might sound unbelievable, but it's true. Coins like the 1964 Jefferson nickel, in pristine condition or with a significant error, can command a price that far exceeds their face value. It's amazing to think that such a small, everyday coin could hold so much value, but that's the beauty of coin collecting. You never know what hidden treasures you might have sitting in your collection or in your pocket. If you're lucky enough to own a 1964 Jefferson nickel, the first thing you should do is take a close look at its condition. Coins that are well preserved, free of scratches, dings, or discoloration, are much more valuable than those that have been used for years. If you happen to find one in near-perfect or uncirculated condition, you might just have a rare gem in your hands. Next, check for the mint mark. If you have a D mint mark, this could be a good sign that you're dealing with a more desirable coin, as the Denver Mint produced fewer coins than the Philadelphia Mint. And finally, always be on the lookout for potential minting errors. If you suspect your coin might have a unique flaw or defect, it could be worth getting it professionally graded by a reputable numismatist. In conclusion, the 1964 Jefferson nickel is a fantastic coin with historical significance and potential value. While most of these nickels might only be worth a few cents, those that are in excellent condition, have a rare minting error, or come from the Denver Mint, can be worth much more, up to $36,000. So, the next time you're going through your coin collection or sorting through your change, make sure to take a close look at your 1964 Jefferson nickels. You could be holding onto something far more valuable than you ever imagined. Today's video, we're going to dive into a coin that might just be lurking in your collection or change jar, and it could be worth a lot more than you think. We're talking about the 1985 Jefferson nickel. Yes, that's right, this small, unassuming 5-cent coin has the potential to be a major player in the world of coin collecting. If you're ready to discover the value and significance of this coin, then stay with us until the end of the video. Let's go back to 1985 for a moment. This was a year full of major events in American history. It was the height of the Cold War, the year of the famous Live Aid concerts, and a time when the American economy was in full swing. Meanwhile, at the U.S. Mint, the Jefferson nickel was still in circulation, continuing to be part of the everyday change people carried in their pockets. The Jefferson nickel, which first debuted in 1938, has been a symbol of American coinage for decades. With a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the front and an image of his home, Monticello, on the back, the coin has long represented the nation's ideals of liberty and freedom. The 1985 Jefferson nickel, like all nickels of this series, features the familiar obverse of President Thomas Jefferson. His likeness is found on the coin, looking to the left, with the word Liberty above and the year of issue, 1985, below. This design has remained relatively unchanged over the years, making it an iconic representation of the nation's history. On the reverse side of the coin, we find Monticello, Jefferson's plantation home, which was carefully designed to symbolize his legacy. The words E pluribus unum and 5 cents are also inscribed, further solidifying the coin's place in the nation's currency system. Now, when it comes to the 1985 Jefferson nickel, it may seem like just another regular coin at first glance, but there's a catch. While the coin was minted in large numbers, what really determines the value of these nickels is their condition and rarity. And trust me, if you have a 1985 Jefferson nickel in pristine condition or with a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Let's talk about the minting process for a moment. In 1985, the U.S. Mint produced Jefferson nickels at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Coins minted in Philadelphia typically have no mint mark, while those produced in Denver are marked with a D. While the mint mark is important to collectors, the real value in these coins comes from their condition. Coins that have been circulated extensively over time may show signs of wear, scratches, discoloration, and general damage. These coins typically have a low market value. However, the coins that are in near-perfect or uncirculated condition are the ones that can fetch significantly higher prices. Uncirculated coins, which have been carefully preserved and remain free from wear, are highly sought after by collectors. The better the condition of the coin, the more valuable it becomes. So, if you find a 1985 Jefferson nickel that looks as if it was just freshly minted, it's definitely worth taking a closer look, but that's not all. There's another element that could make this coin even more valuable: minting errors. Minting errors are a collector's dream, and they can really increase the worth of a coin. These errors could include things like double strikes, misaligned dies, incorrect planchets, or other imperfections in the manufacturing process. Any of these errors can make a coin unique, and unique coins are often worth much more than those struck correctly. Imagine stumbling upon a 1985 Jefferson nickel that has a misaligned strike, or even better, a double die error. This could skyrocket the coin's value. These types of errors are rare, but they can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's treasure. If you ever come across a 1985 nickel with a minting error, it's highly recommended to have it evaluated by a professional to determine its true worth. Now, let's get to the part that everyone's been waiting for. How much is a 1985 Jefferson nickel actually worth? Well, for most 1985 nickels, the value is pretty standard. It's worth exactly what it says on the coin, 5 cents. However, if you happen to have a 1985 Jefferson nickel in pristine, uncirculated condition or one that features a rare minting error, you could be in for a big surprise. Are you ready for this? A 1985 Jefferson nickel in excellent condition or with an error can be worth an astonishing $32,000, yes, that's right, $32,000 for a single 5-cent coin. It may sound too good to be true, but this is the reality of the coin collecting world. Coins with exceptional rarity, condition, or unique features can reach prices far above their face value. The 1985 Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of how something that seems ordinary can hold extraordinary value. So, how can you tell if your 1985 Jefferson nickel is worth this kind of money? The first step is to carefully examine the condition of the coin. Look for any signs of wear, scratches, or damage. If it looks like it's been in circulation for years, its value will likely be much lower. But if it looks as if it's been kept in pristine condition, maybe even stored in a protective case or vault, then you could have a valuable coin on your hands. Don't forget to check for minting errors too. Even the smallest mistake during the minting process could make your coin a highly sought-after collector's item. In conclusion, the 1985 Jefferson nickel may seem like just another piece of change, but in the right condition, it can be worth a small fortune. If you happen to find one in mint or near mint condition, or even better, one with a rare minting error, you could be holding a coin worth up to $32,000. So, next time you're going through your coin collection or even just checking your change, make sure to give that 1985 Jefferson nickel a closer look. You could be sitting on a treasure trove without even realizing it. Today, we have something truly special to discuss. The 1974 Jefferson nickel. It may seem like a simple 5-cent coin, but don't let its unassuming appearance fool you. This coin could be worth a small fortune, and in this video, we're going to explore just how valuable this particular nickel is. So, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have a new appreciation for the 1974 Jefferson nickel, and you'll understand why this coin has collectors buzzing with excitement. Let's set the stage by going back to 1974. It was a year of significant change and progress in the United States. The country was in the middle of the 1970s, a decade marked by economic challenges, but also by important political and cultural shifts. This was a time when the U.S. Mint was actively producing coins like the Jefferson nickel, which was, and still is, a staple of American currency. Introduced in 1938, the Jefferson nickel was designed by Felix Schlag, and it has been a part of the nation's coinage ever since. The 1974 Jefferson nickel is no exception, and while it may look like just another nickel, its potential value has made it a favorite among collectors. The design of the 1974 Jefferson nickel is instantly recognizable. On the obverse side, you'll find a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. This well-known image of Jefferson, facing left, has been on the coin for decades, representing the values of liberty, democracy, and freedom. Surrounding Jefferson's portrait are the words, Liberty, and the year of issue, 1974. It's a simple design, but it carries the weight of history. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find an image of Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia. The Monticello design has been a part of the Jefferson nickel since its inception, symbolizing Jefferson's legacy and his contributions to the founding of the nation. The reverse also features the phrase, e pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one, and the denomination, 5 cents. The Monticello design, much like the portrait of Jefferson, represents the American ideals of unity and freedom. Now, while the 1974 Jefferson nickel may seem like just another regular coin, there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. The value of this coin can vary greatly depending on several factors, including its condition, mint mark, and whether it has any rare characteristics or minting errors. Most people don't realize that the true value of a coin doesn't just come from its year of issue, but from how it has been preserved and whether it has any unique features that make it stand out. The first thing to consider is the coin's condition. Coins that have been heavily circulated over the years are often worn, scratched, or discolored. These types of coins generally have a low market value. However, if you happen to find a 1974 Jefferson nickel that has been carefully preserved and is in near mint or uncirculated condition, you could have a valuable coin on your hands. The more pristine the condition, the more valuable the coin becomes. For coin collectors, finding a coin that is still in excellent condition, despite being over 40 years old, is a real treasure. Another important factor to consider is the mint mark. The 1974 Jefferson nickel was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver. Coins minted in Philadelphia typically do not have a mint mark, while coins from the Denver Mint are marked with a D. While the mint mark itself doesn't drastically affect the value of a coin, it can still be a significant factor when determining its rarity and appeal to collectors. However, what really excites coin collectors and investors are the rare minting errors that sometimes occur during the production of coins. These errors could include double strikes, die cracks, misaligned dies, or other imperfections that occur during the minting process. Minting errors can make a coin unique, and as a result, error coins can command much higher prices than their standard counterparts. If you happen to find a 1974 Jefferson nickel with a minting error, it could significantly increase its value and make it a much more desirable piece for collectors. Now, the big question: how much is the 1974 Jefferson nickel actually worth? Well, for most 1974 nickels, the value is pretty modest. They are generally worth 5 cents, the denomination stamped on the coin. However, as with any coin, condition and rarity play a huge role in determining its true value. If you happen to have a 1974 Jefferson nickel that is in perfect, uncirculated condition or one that features a rare minting error, you could be sitting on something worth a lot more. Are you ready for the exciting part? A 1974 Jefferson nickel in top condition or with a rare minting error could be worth an astounding $42,000. Yes, you read that right, $42,000 for a single 5-cent coin. It may sound unbelievable, but it's true. Coins like these are highly sought after by collectors and investors who understand the value of owning something rare and historically significant. So, if you've got a 1974 Jefferson nickel in your collection, it's definitely worth giving it a close inspection. Check the condition carefully. Coins that are uncirculated, with no wear or discoloration, are much more valuable than those that have been in circulation for years. Also, don't forget to check for any minting errors. These errors can make the coin incredibly valuable, and a rare mistake in the minting process could turn your nickel into a rare collector's item. In conclusion, the 1974 Jefferson nickel may seem like just another piece of change, but in the right condition and with the right characteristics, it can be worth a small fortune. If you happen to find one that is in mint condition or features a rare minting error, you could be holding a coin worth up to $42,000. So, the next time you're going through your coins or adding new ones to your collection, make sure to take a good look at your 1974 Jefferson nickels. You could be holding onto a hidden treasure. Today, we have something truly exciting to share with you, a coin that may seem like just a simple 5-cent piece at first glance but has the potential to be worth a small fortune. We're talking about the 1972 Jefferson nickel. Yes, this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth far more than its face value, and in this video, we'll dive deep into what makes this nickel so special and how it could turn out to be a rare find worth thousands of dollars. Trust me, you won't want to miss this one. Let's start by setting the stage. 1972 was a year full of notable moments in U.S. history. It was the year of President Richard Nixon's re-election, the year of the Watergate scandal, and a time when the United States was witnessing significant changes in its political and social landscape. While the nation was experiencing these dramatic shifts, the U.S. Mint was busy creating coins that would continue to circulate for years to come. Among those coins was the Jefferson nickel, which has been in circulation since 1938. This particular design of the Jefferson nickel, which debuted in 1938 and has undergone minimal changes since then, is one of the most iconic in U.S. coinage. The 1972 Jefferson nickel features the image of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. His portrait, facing left, is prominent on the obverse of the coin. Above his head, you'll see the word Liberty, and below his likeness, the year of minting, 1972. Jefferson was chosen for the coin because of his central role in the founding of the nation, and his image has remained on the nickel for decades, representing the values of freedom and liberty. On the reverse side of the coin, we find the famous image of Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia. Monticello is a symbol of Jefferson's legacy and his contributions to American history. Surrounding this building are the words E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one, and the denomination, 5 cents. This reverse design has been part of the Jefferson nickel since it first began circulating, and it continues to serve as a reminder of the nation's founding principles. Now, while the 1972 Jefferson nickel is a familiar coin to many, there's more to it than just its design. The value of this nickel can vary depending on a few important factors, including its condition, mint mark, and any potential minting errors. You see, the 1972 Jefferson nickel wasn't produced in one single location. In fact, coins from this year were minted in both Philadelphia and Denver. Nickels minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those from Denver are marked with a D. The mint mark can play a small role in determining the rarity and appeal of a coin, but it's not the biggest factor when it comes to value. What really makes this coin valuable, and what collectors and investors are always on the lookout for, is the coin's condition. A 1972 Jefferson nickel that has been circulated over the years will likely show signs of wear, scratches, discoloration, or other imperfections. These coins typically have a much lower value, and they may not attract much attention from serious collectors. However, the 1972 Jefferson nickel that is in pristine, uncirculated condition is an entirely different story. A coin that has been well preserved, without any signs of wear, can fetch a much higher price on the market. Coins that have been carefully stored or preserved from the moment they were minted are highly sought after, and they often fetch prices far above their face value. But it doesn't end there. There's one more important element that could make a 1972 Jefferson nickel worth significantly more: minting errors. Minting errors occur when there is a mistake during the production of the coin. These errors could range from misaligned dies, double strikes, or even incorrect planchets, the metal blanks used to make coins. Coins with these errors are often considered unique, and as you may know, unique coins tend to be highly desirable and fetch premium prices in the market. If you happen to find a 1972 Jefferson nickel with a minting error, you could be in for an incredible surprise. So, what is the real value of a 1972 Jefferson nickel? For most of these coins, their value is pretty modest, usually just 5 cents. However, when you factor in the condition, rarity, and any potential minting errors, the value of this coin can increase dramatically. In fact, a 1972 Jefferson nickel in mint condition, or, even better, one with a rare minting error, could be worth a staggering $46,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $46,000 for a single 5-cent coin. It may sound unbelievable, but this is the reality of the rare coin market. Coins that are in excellent condition or have unique characteristics can be worth far more than their face value. If you happen to find a 1972 Jefferson nickel that looks like it's been kept in pristine condition, you might just have a treasure on your hands. Even better, if the coin has an error, whether it's a double die, a misaligned strike, or any other form of imperfection, you could be sitting on a rare collector's item worth tens of thousands of dollars. So, how can you determine whether your 1972 Jefferson nickel is worth $46,000? The first thing you'll want to do is carefully examine the coin. Look at its surface and make sure it's free from any wear, scratches, or discoloration. If it looks like it's in uncirculated condition, you may have a valuable coin. Then, check the mint mark to determine whether it was minted in Philadelphia or Denver. While this won't drastically affect the value, it's still important to note. Finally, be on the lookout for any signs of a minting error. If you spot something unusual, it might be worth having the coin evaluated by a professional to determine its potential value. In conclusion, the 1972 Jefferson nickel may look like just another piece of change, but if you have one that is in excellent condition or has a minting error, you could be holding onto a rare and valuable piece of history. This coin has the potential to be worth up to $46,000. So, the next time you're going through your change or examining your coin collection, take a close look at your 1972 Jefferson Nickels. You could be holding a true treasure. Today, we've got an exciting one for you, a coin that you might have overlooked in your collection or passed over in your change, but it's actually worth far more than you could imagine. We're talking about the 1984 Jefferson nickel. This 5-cent coin may seem like just another piece of currency, but there's more to this nickel than meets the eye. Stick around until the end of this video, and we'll reveal just how much this little gem could be worth today. Let's rewind back to 1984. It was a time when the world was changing, and so was the United States. The Cold War was still a significant global concern, and the country was under the leadership of President Ronald Reagan, navigating economic recovery and international challenges. But during this time, one thing was constant: the circulation of the Jefferson nickel, a coin that has been a part of the American landscape since 1938. For nearly half a century, this coin has been in circulation, and its design, featuring Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, has remained one of the most iconic on U.S. coinage. The 1984 Jefferson nickel, like all other Jefferson nickels, features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side of the coin. This simple yet powerful design has become a staple of American currency. Jefferson's image, facing left, represents the values of liberty and democracy that are central to the nation's founding. The word "liberty" is inscribed above Jefferson's likeness, with the year of issue, 1984, below it. You'll also find the phrase, "In God We Trust," on this side, a reminder of the nation's deep-rooted principles. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see an image of Monticello, Jefferson's historic home in Virginia. This beautiful depiction of the mansion has been part of the coin's design since the beginning, serving as a tribute to Jefferson's legacy and his pivotal role in shaping the early years of the United States. The words "e pluribus unum," out of many, one, surround Monticello, and the denomination, 5 cents, is clearly marked. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds like a standard nickel, so why is it so valuable? Well, the value of a coin goes far beyond its basic design. Several factors contribute to a coin's worth, including its condition, mint mark, and any unique features such as rare minting errors. Although most people overlook these details, savvy collectors know that even small variations can make a huge difference when it comes to a coin's value. Let's take a closer look at these factors. First, let's talk about the condition of the 1984 Jefferson nickel. As with any coin, its condition plays a massive role in determining its value. Coins that have been in circulation for years will often show signs of wear and tear, scratches, discoloration, and dents. These types of coins generally aren't worth much more than their face value. However, if you have a 1984 Jefferson nickel that has been well preserved, or better yet, one that has remained uncirculated over the years, you could be holding a rare find. Coins in uncirculated or near mint condition are highly prized by collectors because they are more difficult to find and have a greater level of historical significance. A coin that looks like it just came from the mint is far more valuable than one that has been heavily circulated. Another important consideration is the mint mark. In 1984, the United States Mint produced Jefferson nickels in 2 locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia Mint does not use a mint mark, so coins from Philadelphia will not have a letter on them. On the other hand, coins from the Denver Mint are marked with a D mint mark. While the mint mark can help identify the coin's origin, it doesn't always drastically affect its value. However, certain mint marks can be rarer than others, and a particular minting year may be more sought after by collectors. What makes the 1984 Jefferson nickel especially interesting is the possibility of finding minting errors. While these types of mistakes are rare, they can make a huge difference in the value of a coin. Minting errors can range from minor issues, like off-center strikes or die cracks, to more serious errors, such as double strikes or incorrect planchets. These errors make the coin unique, which is why they are so highly sought after by collectors. A minting error could increase the value of your 1984 Jefferson nickel significantly, so it's important to carefully examine any coin for potential mistakes. So, what is the true value of a 1984 Jefferson nickel? For most of these coins, their value is relatively low, usually just 5 cents. However, the 1984 Jefferson nickel is not just any regular coin, it's a piece of American history. In excellent condition or with a rare minting error, this nickel can be worth far more than its face value. In fact, a 1984 Jefferson nickel in top-notch condition, or better yet, one with an error, could be worth an astonishing $41,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $41,000 for a 5-cent coin. While it may seem hard to believe, this is the reality for rare, well-preserved coins with minting errors. The market for rare coins is extremely competitive, and collectors are always on the lookout for valuable pieces like this. If you happen to have a 1984 Jefferson nickel, now is the time to take a closer look at it. If it's in pristine condition and free from any major wear, you might just have a valuable treasure on your hands. And if you find that your coin has a minting error, whether it's a double strike, a misaligned die, or any other anomaly, you could have a one-of-a-kind collector's item that could fetch a price much higher than you ever expected. In conclusion, the 1984 Jefferson nickel may look like just another coin, but it has the potential to be worth a fortune. If you have a well-preserved version of this coin, or, better yet, one with a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a treasure worth $41,000. So, the next time you're going through your coins, make sure to give your 1984 Jefferson nickels a thorough inspection. You never know, you might be holding onto something much more valuable than you think. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future discoveries. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Your next big find could be right in your pocket.